his fault.
Oh, I was looking at.
Yeah.
Sure,
This is the same one you emailed,
that's
right?
close enough.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Carrie.
I'll look for it. Maybe I've left it at the town meeting. If I brought it.
We might as well. Do you want to go first, Mike? All right, it being 6 o'clock, I'm going to call the Board of Selectmen meeting to order. First, we have a work session scheduled to go over the budget. Carrie's given us a list. Did you give everybody the list, Carrie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yours should be in there.
Yeah, but you gave everybody one, right? Yeah.
That, it's different in the book.
Okay. So Carrie gave everybody a list of the schedule of when we're meeting with all the department heads and the libraries. And tonight, first, we have scheduled Mike Tollett, the police chief. Good evening, Mike.
You want a coffee?
It's going to be a long night. I've stocked up.
All I got was water.
Well, last week we were here till what, 10:30, something like that?
Not tonight. We supposed to say something?
Typically, I just wait for questions. It's
Okay.
pretty straightforward.
Typically for me.
Did you get in this for that new officer you want?
Yes, the budget line is appropriate, yeah.
Is that why the increase?
The increase in what, in which line?
Last year's from next year's? Or, well,
I'm talking about the overall total.
yeah.
The overall total is a decrease.
Oh, that's true. Okay. I was
What he's
thinking
requesting is a decrease from what
Okay, I was thinking last year.
he's budgeted this year.
Last year's this year. Okay, I got it. Yeah, that's okay. So it's about the same. All right. Yeah, I see some things have gone down.
Some things have gone down, some have gone up a little bit, kind of all.
Everything kind of equaled out and balanced themselves out.
Yes.
I looked at it, Mike, earlier. Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any questions for Mike. Does anybody else have anything?
Nope.
I heard Ben say it stayed the same.
Well,
I see.
relatively the same.
Yeah, this is the numbers, all right?
Okay.
This is, last year's budget that it was in.
Yeah,
This is what actually spent out of that budget.
yeah.
This is what we're currently in, the current budget that he's in. And this is a requested for next year. And when you say next year, it's basically,
21, 22.
Right.
21, 22.
So 2021, it was this?
That's what we're in right now.
Yes, okay.
And this,
So- Okay.
if everything
I follow you.
passes,
Yeah.
it would take effect July 1.
All right, I saw this and I thought this was the one that he was working off. And I
No.
said, wait a minute.
And it's the same way with, if you flip that, it's the same way, all your line items break down. Last year's actual, this year.
So this basically shows the year before we're in.
Right.
The year we're in, and then what he wants, okay.
Right.
Yep.
All right, I follow you now. I'm
Yeah.
slow. All right.
Mike,
so-
I have not had a chance to look at this at all. I got here about 5 minutes of time. I apologize for that, I really do, because I usually like to take a look at it, and Amy's had it down here for 3 weeks. Yeah. And like Ben said, it was 10 o'clock o'clock last week when we got out of here.
Yeah, I just kind of breezed through it myself because when I look at them, I look at what they're requesting this year compared to what they're currently with. And if it's way off, then I really read it carefully, but I did breeze through and see that some things he did lower to make up for the couple costs that did increase. So, I think that was a good job on his part.
Traditionally, in the last few years, we've come in under our budget, and there hasn't been anything crazy. You know, we've been pretty good at forecasting exactly what we need compared to what we
Yep.
You asked him about an additional officer, which,
That's the one that we just hired, which we're using a little bit.
oh, okay, so this,
Yeah, this covers that. It was already.
Budgeted.
from somebody that left. Yeah, okay.
It's just replacing, it's not an additional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you had a mention.
So what do we have to make? a
Make a
motion to
motion.
approve this?
Well, I have a question.
Well, yeah, I was waiting for Jack. He was the only one that hadn't responded.
Something you'd like to share with us?
Right name person here. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I've learned in the last few weeks, when it comes to state training of the police, with the police academy, I don't know, I'm 90% sure I was here. The state cut roughly $775,000 out of the police standards and training budget. That was immediately, and as the state always does, rolled down to us. Police academy has always been, you know, just spend the night Monday through Thursday morning. They immediately shut that off. So now it's a daytime academy. How that affects us is, we're going to have to send somebody else to drive there every day. So that's, Amy and I are working on, how do we pay that person? Is it, we pay them overtime? Where does all that money gonna come from? Because they're gonna be working a lot more than what we normally pay them.
Is the new, and I have not read from the governor's office, but that task force they put together for,
Law enforcement to make sure we're on the up and up.
right, now that had a whole new, like, I don't know how many new rules and regulations, and some funding that was in there also for training.
I haven't heard about that part. I've been to two chiefs meetings at the state level
Yeah.
the last few weeks and nobody's mentioned.
I'm just going off Channel 9 news.
No.
Yeah.
So what they've done is there's been always an 8-hour-a-year mandatory training we have to do. Here in Winchester, we've always, each person maybe trains 50, 60 hours a year. Now they mandated it's 24 hours a year, so it's triple. The downside to that is the police standards and training calendar used to be roughly 36 pages. They offered a ton of training at the academy for us. It's 2 pages now. They cut out everything. So how that transfers again to us in these small towns, we now are gonna have to pay a lot more than we ever had for trainings, to send people to trainings. So the purpose of this is just this budget is going to be when we're in, it is what it is. If I quit sending people to the academy every year, every other year, we don't have to worry about this. History shows us every year or 2 years, we send a person or two to the academy. We're gonna be paying more for these people to go to the police academy. Whether it be through mileage, whether it be through overtime, those types of things.
So we better hire a tall certified, yeah.
Well, if we pay a little more to get them here and
Save us on the.
they're all certified, and you're gonna save,
I mean,
That's the key.
the young man you're gonna meet in an hour or whatever is not certified. You know, our goal is always to hire certified. But again, as we all have talked about ad nauseum, it comes down to which agency's gonna pay the most, who has a hiring bonus, all those things that are out of our control. So basically, I'm letting the board know, the training line that I'm asking for is increasing at 13%
And this is for 21, 22, so that may change by then.
It could, I mean, there's talk that they will they'll have recruits spend the night again at the academy. My opinion is, once the state saves money by not having an overnight stay, because they're saving on meals and room and board and staff and
They're gonna
personnel,
wanna continue
they're
that.
not gonna go back to overnight accommodations, it's gonna continue to be a day academy. So,
Mike, the question I had, and it's just because we okayed a couple of them. The cruiser / radio maintenance.
yes,
All right. Which, I have a second question also, but, how many do we have left to update to the new radio?
the one that you approved a month ago or something should be here any week. After that one is installed, I've got one more. Now, radios come out of 106, the line below the one you're talking about, Jack.
Yeah, that's what my next question was. How come we have radio, cruiser / radio maintenance and radio maintenance?
That's just the way it's always been. A lot of times too, we pull from, if we have to do anything to our repeater up on Dunn Mountain, Tower Hill, it comes out of radio maintenance line as well.
Yeah.
We can follow whatever you guys are
Right. Well, I just, but why is it two basically identical?
That's how it's just that right along. What I've been doing this year and last year is trying to go through the budget, create lines that make more sense.
Right.
Internet will be internet and not, thrown into it.
Right.
That's just one we didn't think about. We thought about postage and some others where Amy and I broke them down.
Sure.
We
Yep.
didn't think about the one you're talking about.
But we can just rename them anytime.
Yeah.
Because essentially the cruiser radio maintenance, 99.9% of the time, that's strictly for cruiser maintenance.
Right, and that, the reason I brought it up is because we're updating brand new radios here, so if we only have one more to go,
You still got the,
our radio maintenance line should be down.
It should go down.
Right.
That is correct.
but you still got the maintenance up at the tower, and you got your computer maintenance, which is not part of your radio. is it?
Well, not a computer specifically, but we have 2 base stations at the PD where we can talk to dispatch and so forth. Those are technically obsolete, so that's gonna be an expense down the road that we've got to talk about. But for now,
All right, we're keeping the line item open for radio matching grants.
yes,
This year we got 2250. Are they, did you move that around or is that not available any longer?
that's a grant that should happen. It was supposed to happen in the spring. I applied for that, and that should have happened in the spring. COVID hit, and it's either going to happen, well, whenever they get to us. They're going to update all the radios, and that money will be used.
So we may know that before this is finalized, so that's a line item that we can adjust.
I would love for them to come out next month and.
Okay. You're all set.
Right,
Let's make a motion to approve this budget as,
right,
I'll second that.
right. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. Thank you, Mike. Good work. Oh, next on the list in front of me is, well, Amy's sitting there, so let's skip Carrie and go to Amy. Sorry, Carrie. Financial.
that.
Oh, okay. That's what everybody else is looking at?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I'm looking at is different one than what you guys are looking at. That's why it didn't line up
That was
right.
more of an FYI for next week. Or the weekend.
So yours went down 1,500 then? Is that what I'm seeing?
2,500.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh, my numbers are different than yours then.
18,653 for this year
Yeah.
and 16,173.
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, you were right.
Yeah.
16,
What did I say?
15, yeah, 15, sorry. It's late in the day.
Have another coffee.
Yeah, I got them lined right up here. Triple fisting it. I don't have any questions for Amy on this one.
Motion to approve for now.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. Where's financial? Okay, next is
Executive,
executive. Is that Amy too?
that's me.
Okay.
What about debt service? That's the first one on the list.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, we can skip back to debt services, since I looked at the wrong list to begin with. We'll get back in order here.
Where you going, Yep, sir?
Debt services. A small increase.
Yeah, this is,
Oh, this is, yeah,
this is fixed.
this
a-
is all
yeah.
fixed
Yeah, this is
costs.
Out of our control.
Yeah.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Hold on, guys, hold on, please.
Yep.
You all set?
That was Jack.
Yeah.
Jack and
Yeah.
James.
And it's a fixed number that we can't touch.
Right.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries.
Now executive.
Now on to executive. That was a decrease.
Nice.
2,300 bucks.
Yeah, I have no questions.
Went down. That's a good thing. I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any other discussion?
All right, we moved last year, right? Let's say there's 1, 2, 3, 3 lines out of here. Because last year we moved, remember a few years ago, there were line items that were in certain departments that didn't make any sense, so we moved them to the departments.
And the background checks.
You're right, okay.
But that budget would have moved within, whole line moved.
No, we're keeping it, okay. All set.
All set?
Yep.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None motion carries. Now, general government buildings. There was also a decrease.
Which one, yeah, another GBG,
GGB, yeah, general government buildings. That's a pretty good size decrease. That cloud-based backup, that's part of our contract?
So this encumbered funds, it was 26,625, that was that Asheville Fire Station thing that, okay.
Just to give you guys a little, insight as well, and I wish I kept mine here, but his server over there is dying, and we can't go into the cloud because of their Prime Star. Because if they go up to the cloud, it takes a chance of corrupting Prime Star. So they actually have to have a hard-based server over there. They don't know how long it's gonna last. Over there, it's working on a thread right now. So it's probably gonna be sooner than this budget that we're gonna have to look at replacing it. So I just wanna give you guys heads up that you're looking at about $25,000 to replace the server.
And I think there's a typo here too. On the actual budget page, it says this year's budget is 221,749. That's what mine says, but then both of these cover letters say 194,591.
Because the encumbered funds is added to that.
No, I mean for the current year. The current year budgeted.
I have 221, 749.
Right, on this page, but then on this page
Right.
for the
This
current
was
year
just-
budgeted.
This was copied and pasted from the previous year. This page here isn't gonna match over here because there's like the encumbered stuff into here. So this is what was budgeted last year. This is with the adjustments that you guys have moved throughout the year
Okay,
and plus the encumbered funds.
okay. It's not a misprint then. All right, I have no other questions on this one.
Carrie, as far as that server goes, maybe we can reach out and do some, I don't know if Jack would know or whomever we're gonna be using. Maybe there's some grant money out there for that. Cause I know there's little things like that, there's a ton of money for.
Check the COVID money. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think COVID money would do a
Probably
server,
won't
'cause
cover
that's,
that.
What? What's so funny?
Nothing. Oh, man, nothing.
any other discussion on GGB?
Nope.
Is there a motion on GGB?
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second it.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carries. Now on the legal. That was also a decrease.
Got a copy for me, Gene?
What?
Got a copy for me? Thank you. So it costs us about $8,000 every year for the, just for that AC Lawrence property, huh?
Yes.
It's,
Another good reason to sell it.
do something with it, yeah. But that's, you know, they have to monitor those wells.
Yeah.
So. This is a line, you know, a line. We all like to lower, but it's such a, this, any of them is a gamble because of the simple reason you never know from, you know, because this also covers the land use.
Yeah.
So you get somebody that appeals their,
Yeah.
you know, or in our case, I mean, how long were we in litigation with the
Dunkin' Donuts.
sewer plant?
Sewer
3 years,
plant.
5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. Now looking at the rest of these here, OGG
Is next.
is dues,
Yeah.
patriotic is the flags, recreational is staying $1 just to keep the line open. Southwest Regional Planning, that's pretty much all contract. And streetlights, we can't do nothing about those.
That's contract, yeah.
Property records, most of that's all contracted too. It looked like most of that money's under contract. Right, so I'll entertain a motion to approve, OGG, patriotic, property records, recreational, Southwest Regional Planning Commission, and streetlights as written.
I'll make a motion to,
Ready?
OGG, patriotic, property records, recreational, Southwest Regional Planning, streetlights.
I'll make a motion to approve all of those as budgeted.
That was James and Chan, in case you couldn't hear. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. What else is on this list that we could do tonight?
Well, you could do the highway block grant, it's $1. That's to keep it open.
Right.
Yeah, we can do the highway block grant.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carries.
No. I have two questions on two of the budgets, conservation and emergency management. They have both basically kept theirs the same. Emergency management actually went down about $800. I did not invite them to come in. I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were since they flatlined them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we have the spokesman here, or reps, selectman's rep, Chan, so. Well, I was just gonna say, if you had any questions.
I didn't want to drag Dick out if
Right.
you guys were just gonna go approve.
Right, yeah,
I was gonna bring it up anyway.
yeah.
I'll make
Yeah.
a motion to approve those.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries.
Fire and forest fire, flatline has too. They didn't make any changes.
Forest fire, that was what you said.
Fire and forest fire, she said.
Yeah.
I don't want to, not fire, Barry should come in and talk.
Well, Tim did forest fire, flatline.
So you want to have Barry come in and talk about both of those?
Well, Timmy comes in and does the
Oh,
forest.
forest fire.
No, usually Barry talks forest fire.
Well, we had Timmy
Right.
in, it was
No.
either last year or 2 years ago then, he had come in.
I
Yeah,
think
it was-
came in the year that you guys got the water tank.
Right,
for
the year
back of
that-
the truck. He
Yeah.
came in and talked
Yep.
about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we could pass the forest fire.
But the forest fire one, we can do that.
Yes,
I'm making a motion to accept forest fire.
second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries.
So we don't have town beach yet?
Nope. You will have by the next
What
meeting.
was the other one you did then, conservation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Conservation.
conservation's done.
Do you know the number here from this year?
What do you want?
Well, it's forest fire. I just had a question on, you know, we put $2,000 into the grant matching funds.
So no, that's a big ticket item. Okay.
Are we,
Oh, there's forest fire.
yeah.
I'm insured for stuff about insurance.
Do you know if we're close to that?
The,
Because the year before, actual was 0. They didn't receive any.
right, because we didn't get any grant.
Right. Right.
And then last year, this current year, we got a grant. We needed the 2,000 for the matching funds.
Okay, that's my question.
And next year, we're gonna try for the same grant.
That's fine.
So-
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else is all,
That's it, probably. That's all we can do. The rest of them are all
Did you want to
department
do
heads.
conservation?
no, we already approved it.
Oh, conservation?
They have to come
Yeah.
in. We have a meeting scheduled for the health agencies.
Okay.
We
Yes,
can go right into the
That's
scheduled meeting.
when,
November 20.
We can do some of our regular business before 7. Well, thank you, Amy, for coming in. Thank you, Carrie, for coming in, even though you were gonna be here anyway. So just so everybody's on the same page, that means that, our next meeting in 2 weeks, we'll be meeting with, welfare, the cemetery, town clerk, tax collector, highway department, water and sewer, fire department, and ambulance department. And then on the 14th, we'll be meeting with both the libraries.
Thanks, Amy. Yeah.
and then the health agencies is on a Tuesday, right?
Yeah, the
That's a-
health agencies is a Tuesday, with the budget committee scheduled.
So we should be here for that.
Right. Do you remember that date right off, Carrie?
No,
The
it's on here,
17th?
November 17th.
Oh, yeah. So if everybody can be here the 17th, because we only want to call them in once.
Yep, I'll be here.
All right. I will move right into some of our regular meeting stuff. We'll get it done before our scheduled public hearing at 7. Next order of business is going to be... Oh,
What's that?
no, we're
No,
not.
no.
No breaks.
Hold on.
He doesn't have enough
We wanna go
coffee
home.
to take a half-hour break.
Nope. If we take a longer break, I'm gonna have to go buy more coffee. I only brought 3. All right, you good now?
I'm good.
Okay. Next, we need to approve the minutes from last week, September 16th.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. Oh, Mike's coming in for that. Oh, last week we discussed and adopted a, no, this is the different one. We need to schedule a public hearing for October 7th, on adopting, a housing and community development plan for the CDBG grants. So, October 7th, we'll hold a public hearing for that.
So Southwest and I are working on updating that. They created it, so they need to go in and change some numbers and dates.
Okay.
The last time that was updated was 2014, so it needs to be updated.
Yep.
For this grant.
Okay.
Oh, that'll be at 7?
7
October
o'clock,
7th.
yeah, 7 o'clock, October 7th. Next, we have paperwork from the state for a nomination for the health officer and deputy health officer. And this is, the paperwork is to make Steve Hammond, our building inspector, the health officer, and Margaret Shera, the deputy health officer.
So moved.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. Now, Carrie, there's only room for 2 people.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. So either, I would squeeze everybody's name in there. I don't know why they put 2 spots.
Okay, well,
There's 5 selectmen.
I signed on a print name spot. Somebody else, there's
I would
4
just
spots
everybody-
there. Somebody can sign
Squeeze
below
your
it.
name in.
Right.
Most places there's at least 3.
Right, I don't know why there's only 2. It's a state form.
Yeah, just sign it wherever.
It doesn't matter.
No.
J-A-C.
Um,
Well, I don't know if this is gonna mess it up or not.
I don't think it will. I remember last year when we had to make Margaret the health officer, we had the same paperwork, and I remember there was an issue with that then too.
Yeah.
Next, Monadnock Speedway has a request for additional race events. They're looking to hold additional races on Friday, October 2nd, Saturday, which would be practice from noon to 5, Saturday, October 3rd, practice at noon and racing to start at 2, and then Sunday, October 4th, for practice at noon and racing to start at 2.
Now, this was a
Let me-
make-up
yeah.
date. If
Let
you-
me explain why that's in there. They usually have this Oktoberfest over in Lee, but if for some reason they can't do it over there, they'd like to move it here, but they don't see no problems over there, but they want those dates available to them if we have to.
Yeah.
So that's all that is.
Just insurance.
Yeah, just insurance to cover the,
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it. Any other discussion on this? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. Oh, Jack abstained from voting. And there's nothing to sign on that.
I abstain too because it's a track.
Okay, Jack and Channy both abstain on that. Rick Molesky has in here bids to clear the trees and stump the property out there at the wastewater plant. Goodnoe Trucking is basically going to do the work for free to cut the trees and remove the trees, and they will also pay the timber tax on the job. And then there's a quote here from Leonard Lawrence Excavating for stumping the 2 acres of land, and that price is $18,950.
Now, does that, Rick has that in his budget, I assume?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick has that in his budget, so.
Now, being that much, should we get another quote or 2? What do you guys think? I know we went through this last time and Lenny beat everybody, but I just don't, I don't know what the protocol is.
Right, what's the
Well, town policy.
10,000 is right.
10,000 is
Right.
town policy,
Right.
so.
And you're right, we'll probably come in lower than anyone, but
I think we should.
when we have a policy in place, let's follow it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it's just,
So, Carrie, can you work with Rick and advertise that as bids to be
You know,
opened in 2 weeks?
you guys be interested? Should we reach out to Seth or? I
yeah,
mean, that's,
if it's out in the
it's
paper.
another
well-
guy in town, Carrie, maybe we could try is Seth Wiggin.
Thanks, Jerry.
Jay Roy, yeah?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's right, let them read it in the paper.
right, we'll put it in the paper like we always do and
Yeah,
put it
okay.
out to bid and we'll open them in 2 weeks and,
What else you have?
Well, if you open them in 2 weeks, that only gives it 1 week for
Yeah.
posting and getting it.
No.
It's not enough time. It should be like 3 weeks
3
out.
weeks.
Okay,
I'll post it for a week. I'll post it for a day, but then I'll give them 2 weeks to go look at the job and then quote it.
right,
Right.
okay, so let's do it for 3 weeks then. The next one is a, water abatement that was denied by Rick. I'm gonna recuse myself,
Read that, will you?
so.
You don't even know how to read though, do you?
This is taken denied because the outside authority of the superintendent billing rates determined by the board of selectmen. For the regulations quarterly fee we are charged if the request is turned off, if the request to turn off the water was during the billing cycle. Request to turn off the water was June 6, 2020. Billing cycle is for the month of May, June, and July 2020. The water department does not exceed qualifying fees, quarterly fees, so.
When was the fire?
April 29th,
April 29th?
before the billing cycle started, that's why I put in the abatement. And the house was uninhabitable as of the day of the fire.
Right.
May, June, July.
And Carrie, let the record show, please, that this abatement is for the chairman. He is excusing himself from the chair, and our vice chair, Chan Stevens, is taking over for this.
I'll take a motion for that.
For-
Anybody?
To accept it?
Accept.
Accept-
Or deny?
So that's a denial, right?
This is a denial from the,
Well, Rick doesn't,
Rick does not have the authority
The
to deny
authority,
it.
he-
Only the board of
right.
to
selectmen.
recommend, he's recommending.
right. It's up to the board. Yeah, I mean, we all, like, you just read that it was April 29th.
Right. Well, I'm just saying because that's a recommendation to deny. So I would make a motion to accept the abatement and reject the denial.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
I'm gonna vote, nothing personal, Ben, I'm gonna vote no on that, only because of the recommendation.
Yep, no,
And listen, I would, you know me, I vote no a lot when it's 4-1. I would do the same no matter who it is, just because it's Ben.
Well, yes, the only
don't-
thing I read in there is it wasn't, and again, he had a lot of stuff going
I was just
on.
gonna say, yeah.
But
you
it was
lose your
in
house.
the middle of the billing cycle, so that's the way I took it. Again, nothing against,
But he wasn't there
Jack,
in June and July, so that's the reason I voted
sign
for it.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been using it if you weren't there.
Right.
all right, moving on. Just as an FYI, for this week, we did receive 2 proposals for the work to the inside of the library, the sheet rock and painting work. We're not gonna do anything with these this week, but the first one is from Stebbins Spectacular Painting. And the total on their proposal is $13,635. And the second one is from JP Hazel Builders.
I didn't see any price on that, anywhere that,
well, that's,
not just glanced through it.
Well, there is right here on the first page, there's a line that says to accomplish this would likely cost in excess of $100,000.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
it is
and
kind
it
of
would be,
weird, though.
it would be higher if they ran into hazardous materials.
Yeah.
So, but,
So we can read them.
right, so those are there for everybody to read, and we'll discuss them again in 2 weeks at our next meeting. Next in here, we have 2 volunteer interest forms for the broadband committee. First one is for Jennifer Howe, and the second one is for Natalie. I couldn't pronounce your name right if you told me 100 times, sorry.
I'll make a motion to accept Jennifer. I'll make a motion to accept both of them.
Is there a second on that?
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
I'd like to wait another week or so. Obviously, we can't have a committee of two.
Right.
So
Right.
we gotta kind of wait.
Right.
Right, we can approve these two and then.
Right, we can appoint these two and
Get
we'll,
a few more to come on board.
right. We obviously can't hold a meeting with two people.
You interested? Anybody in the crowd? No? All right.
And I was,
I think, yeah.
while we're discussing the broadband committee, we need to appoint a selectman rep to the broadband committee. So is anybody interested in being on the broadband committee?
No, thank you.
Well, our technical person would be Gloria.
Yeah, there you go. I make a motion to,
Gloria,
appoint Gloria.
second that.
That's fine.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, motion
I
carries.
need another thing on my plate, like a hole in the head, but I'll do it. That's great.
So Gloria is now the selectman rep to the broadband committee. These we gotta hold off on, Mike's coming in, that's the
I'm gonna
public
change my
hearing.
phone number, by the way, too, after the other night.
This goes over here. The only other thing in the folder that I personally would like to hold off on, and I can explain after, but is the housing ordinance is still here. And, I personally would like to hold off because I'm still waiting for an answer from the state librarian on a couple of RSAs, one that was brought to our attention and another one that I found that defines the owner-occupied properties and the standards that they're held to compared to the standards for a regular rental unit.
Yeah.
And just before I put my name on something on the ballot saying that I support it, I want to make sure it's legal.
Agreed.
Financial folder is back in the office. It didn't make it out. Give me 2 seconds. I'll go grab the financial folder.
How are you? Good.
I asked Amy Harry to keep us updated on if that check is deposited down there in New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
You mean cashed?
Yeah.
Has that been, has it? But she's got the receipt back.
Yeah, Carrie got the receipt back. Or Amy, one of them got the receipt back. Yeah. I talked to Timmy about it. We can, me and you can get along and get down there.
You know, we gotta move their equipment.
Nothing's in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there is. It's full. Jimmy and I went in there. There's
Yeah.
the old army truck in there and the trailers in there.
I think there's room, just gotta shuffle some stuff
And they gotta
around.
move stuff around.
Yeah, we've moved deuce and a half in there.
Morehouse is real worried about it, so we better get something done. He's been cleaning the apples out of it every day.
All right, in the financial folder, we have, first is a request for payment out of the sewer capital reserve fund. Looks like
Is that to the
There's-
Xylem or?
two of them, one for Xylem, yeah, they're both for Xylem.
Okay.
First one's for $21,858.80, and the second one is for $4,614.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. Next is for payment out of the cemetery building donation checking account to TD Bank Card Services for $458.98.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Coming along nicely.
None, motion carries. Yeah, that's looking real nice out there. Next is payment out of the church steeple repair fund to Robert Morgan Company for $10,544.50.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Actually, there's a second one here out of the same fund. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
Same fund to the same person, Robert Morgan Company, and the second amount is for $9,500.
I'll make a motion to approve both of those.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carries. And the church steeple's looking really nice too.
It is.
So the steeple's cleaned, that's,
Yep.
It
Yep,
looks
they
good.
cleaned the copper. They've obviously been painting. Today they're, as I was pulling in the parking lot tonight, they were working on
Yeah, I
the
can
copper
see that.
roof. That project's coming along real nice.
No, I like-
The other day they met with, the architect and somebody from the
Belcher
grant. Yeah, and they were all really happy with the work that was being done and how the project was going.
no, I like the patina, because, I mean, if they clean the patina off, it's gonna re-patina anyway, so
Right.
it looks good, it looks
Yeah.
clean now.
Yep.
You wanna do some public comment for a few minutes? Get that out of the way.
Yep.
We can we got about 7.5 minutes, so that'll leave us with 7.5 minutes after. So for 7.5 minutes, I will open the floor to public comment, and after the public hearing that we have scheduled for 7 is over, I will reopen for more public comment. If anybody from the public has any comments?
Nothing?
No?
Oh, I have a lot, but I'm gonna choose to be quiet.
John Ardell, Broadbrook Road. I'd asked one time, about did we receive the itemization for the church steeple expenses from the architectural firm?
No. The next bill that we get, which we haven't received any bills in about a month from Scully, those going forward would be itemized.
Okay,
Would be-
well,
So
will they-
that, oh, go ahead, John.
will they itemize the ones that have been,
If you want me to have those done, I can ask, yes.
I think it'd be a good idea, because it just seems, I wouldn't I wouldn't spend that much money on something if it wasn't itemized, a little more, thank you.
Yep,
Well,
thank you.
To clarify something though, Carrie, because I had asked you about that, the bills from Robert Morgan are different from Scully, correct?
Correct,
So-
absolutely.
Right, it's
100%.
the architectural firm that
Yes.
needs, okay.
Yeah. You're welcome, thank you.
Well, that being it for public comment, rather than burning up all the public comment time now, yeah, I'll close the public comment, so we still have 12.5 minutes of it after the meeting.
I wanted to thank Cheshire Family Funeral Home for their generous donation of all new office furniture for Sherry's office at the cemetery department. Henry Parkhurst for his generous donation of a new refrigerator for Sherry. And also Brendan Hubbard donated, he had a generous donation of some money towards that project. The other thing I had.
Definitely, thank you to everybody, all of
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah. I didn't know how you board members felt about meeting next week to go over, maybe schedule a meeting for the possibility of the grant options for the tannery. Carrie has some information on that, and,
I won't be able to make a meeting next week.
okay. Well, it's just something that we need to do,
Right.
so.
It is, but knowing that we're gonna have the week off, I already scheduled workers to be at my house next week, and
Okay,
I won't be able to make it. If the rest of the board wants to meet, that's fine by me, but. So. We'll add that to the agenda for the following week.
all right.
Does anybody else from the board have anything else?
Nothing for, yeah.
No.
I was gonna bring up the housing standards ordinance, but you already did that, so.
Yep. So, all right, well, might as well take a 4-minute break, a 4-minute recess before the public hearing.
Yeah. Jack, do you have the water abatement down there? The what? The water abatement? It was sent down to you. Okay. Where's that? I don't have it, no. It went that way. I agree, like I said, nothing personal. Candy signed it, I signed it, and went back on that way. No, this is up in Swansea. Hey, Autumn, thanks for sticking up for us on the computer. We appreciate it. So I'm glad.